It off.
Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Real Fit Pros. It's your boy, Jonathan Loudermilk over here, and I've got my co-pilot, my partner in crime, Mark, the fitness ninja Zalmanoff. Before we kick the show off, if you've tuned into this, whether it's your first episode or your umpteenth episode, I always got to ask you to help me help you by making sure that you like, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. We show up every single week to help you get what you're worth. The least you could do is just go in and leave us a review so that we can get this out in front of more fit pros so we can help our brothers and sisters go get what they're worth. And also, if you're on the gram, which I know most of y'all are, y'all can't help yourselves. Like fitness people and Instagram go together like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, screenshot this episode, tag us at Fit Pro Bro. So once again, we can help more fit pros get paid what they're worth. With that being said, I'm gonna pass the baton off to Mark. What's going on, buddy?
What's happening, man? I thought you were gonna say IG and Fit Pros go together like Biden and dementia.
You know what? That's a really good one. That's really good. You haven't made fun of Biden in a hot. This year's been boring, man. Last year, our episodes were just pumping.
That dude, God bless him.
So much to talk about. Now it's all quiet.
I know. People try to ignore it, and he stumbles upstairs. How do you fall up the stairs?
Because he's a man of many accomplishments. That's why he's our commander in chief.
Gosh, it's frightening. By the way, I'm a libertarian, in case anybody wants to know that.
I'm a conservative being pulled libertarian due to the influences in my life, as you see here. So, just so you know where we stand on things. But we're all about how people get where they're worth. That's the most important thing.
And it don't matter who's president, who's in charge, what the economy's doing, what the weather's doing. We don't give a damn. We're still going to get what we're worth. So
yeah, just don't fuck with my money like that. I'm good. I'm pretty flexible on most things,
Like in Friday, fucking with my money. It's like fucking with my emotions. Anyway, this is going downhill fast. So John and I are going to kind of shoot the shit today, but as always, we have story time. Ooh. And I was just thinking of something funny to share. So last December, one of my clients was competing in a strongman competition, and it was in a venue. It was over in Irving, actually, at their convention center in Irving, Texas. And at the same time the strongman comp was going on, there was a bodybuilding show and a powerlifting competition. So number one, you have three very unique sectors of fitness, right? So you have the bodybuilders, which is a lot of vanity and a lot of fake tans and a lot of bland chicken. And it's an interesting crowd of people. And then you got the power lifters who, that's your squat, deadlift, bench. Very technical, very specific about their thing and their gear and all this stuff. And then you got the strongman crowd. And now my wife is competing in strongman. I got clients competing in strongman. I've been around that community a little bit. And it's like they're almost like the misfits of fitness. Like they're the self-loathing crowd. Like, they didn't want to diet down to be on stage, and they're not, they didn't care to get technical enough to go do powerlifting, but they like throwing around some heavy shit in order to not deal with their emotions. So anyway, very interesting crowd. So my client, she's competing in the strongman comp, just crushing it. And I look over and we're kind of watching the powerlifters go, and they all got entrance music. So every time,
like wrestlers?
Yeah. Like every time a new person comes up to the rack, they play their song, right? And there's all age groups. So they had teens all the way up to like seniors. And this kid, and I didn't realize he was a kid until I looked up at the screen and saw he's like 17 years old. So imagine like the 80s movie where like the bully teen guy, with the self-esteem issues, but he lashes out at everybody else. Like this kid had a mullet, like a legit mullet too. It looked good.
Nice.
Like real good mullet.
I miss having hair.
And and he was probably about 5'5".
Perfect frame for lifting heavy shit.
Absolutely. Thick, thick as Aunt Jemima. And so they I'm watching this and I see him come to the rack a couple of times. I'm like, oh, this is so good. And my wife's there with me. We're watching him every time. We're like, he's a fucking character, right? So he comes up for his third squat. I play his music. He comes out. He's like, literally like a wrestler. Like he's coming down the carpet, like head banging. Everybody's hyping him up, and he's getting loud. And now he's got 551 on the bar. It's a lot of damn weight. I don't care who you are.
What lift is he doing?
Squat. He's squatting.
Okay.
I don't know. He probably weighed like, I said, maybe $170 or something. He's got a lot of weight on there. So he gets under the bar, gets all hyped up. Somebody like slaps him, takes the bar off, does the squat, looks perfect, like good depth, puts it back on the bar, and then falls over like a fucking tree in a forest.
Just like straight-legged, just straight leg, just
stiffens up, and down he goes. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Now, meanwhile, there's a guy behind him who's supposed to be spotting him, and he's standing in the right position, and the kid just like falls next to him. Like the guy just totally misses him. He just falls over. And I have it on video. Because Laura's like, my wife, she's like, hey, film this. I was like, oh, I'll film it, because it was just a show going on. And so I have it on video. So every now and then we just pull that thing out and watch it. And
so was it instant? Like as soon as he racked it, it happened? Was it like a few seconds went by and you're like, oh, he's good, and then it happened?
It's like he racked it and then got out from under it and then fell.
Okay.
It was pretty instantaneous, but
I've seen ones where someone would just literally, they'd walk like 4 or 5 seconds and they're like, okay, and then they go down. Right? Well, at least he wasn't like in the actual gym and out near the dumbbell rack and like smashing his head. Like that could be serious.
Yeah, he just fell on the floor.
We wouldn't be laughing then. That'd be like, man, that's kind of fucked
up. He was fine, folks.
No lifters were harmed during the filming of this episode.
Oh man, it was so good. I hope he's at the next one. That's all I got.
They should have like a redemption video. They played a video and it's a promo and they like build it up and it's like him coming back for like his revenge lift.
Oh my gosh.
That would be awesome.
So today, John and I we're really just going to kind of talk about what we've been helping our coaches with in our groups. We do run a group called Fit Pro Collective. We help other fitness professionals grow their business, increase their online presence, all those good things that deal with the business of fitness. And I want to just really hop on and kind of discuss some of the things we've been seeing and what we've been helping people with. And hopefully, if you're a Fit Pro listening to this, you can gain some insight as well, because most of us only have like 3 or 4 problems ever. It's the same stuff over and over again. So it's how do we uniquely solve those problems within your business and find a solution that fits and feels good.
Right. So I'll say the biggest theme that I've seen, across all the different clients that we're talking to, is all of them come asking questions about how does this work? How do I do this thing? What's the tactic? What's the thing? And I know I piss off at least half of them because I tell them like a Mr. Miyagi, like Yoda piece of advice. And I'm like, that's not what I asked. I go, well, you didn't ask the right question. Because if it was as simple as, oh, here's this simple thing that you buy for $300 or you do this one thing, that's your ticket, you'd probably see a lot more successful, fit pros out there, much like just business owners in general. And the biggest piece of advice that I give people, and this is something that, I remind myself on, is the thing that we want to do the least is the very thing that will move you to the next level. And it's different for every person, right? And that's part of the new levels, new devils is a saying that me and Mark have with the groups that we roll with. And it's funny because, and Mark, you can chime in on this, it's different for every person because that thing we don't want to do, some people have an issue with, some people don't. For some people, it's doing videos. Some people, it's just posting online. Some people, it's asking for the sale, right? Some people, it's following up, right? And I think it's unique to that person, but that's where it's specifically designed for them, is this is your unique path to getting what you're worth. You're going to have slightly different roadblocks and challenges than the other person. But if you look at the thing you want to do least, and you realize that that is the very thing that the second you do it, you will move on to the next step.
Yeah, it's so true. You know, when you start feeling resistance towards something, that's probably a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
And when you talk about the thing that you don't want to do, like if you want change, if you want growth, you can't do what you're doing right now. Like what you're doing right now got you to where you are, which may be great, but if you desire more, then something else has to happen, right? It's funny you say that. This morning in the gym, we were doing an exercise, and one of my clients is like, "Hey, can I do it like this instead?" And I asked her why, because I love asking, why do you want to do it that way instead? She's like, well, it seems like it would be easier. And I go, yeah, that's why we're doing it this way. And she kind of looked at me. I go, think about this. I go, every time that you want to do something differently, instinctively, it's because it's easier for you. So choose the other way. And she was like, I saw her eyes got big and the light bulb went off and the fireworks shot off in the air. And she was like, oh, like I'd revealed this. And she's young, granted, she's like 19. So
Dude,
it's probably
you just changed her life, bro. That's awesome.
Because I was like, and I'm not just talking about the gym. And I just walked away. And she's like, oh, that was
really dude. She's gonna be sitting at home tonight, like, oh my god,
big eyes.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
But it's true, and you know I know like with technology, a lot of times we see a lot of coaches, especially not older in the sense of age, but coaches that have been coaching a long time, kind of resistant to adapting new tech because it's not mine and it's not my video and I didn't design it. And meanwhile, it's the way to streamline the system that they've been fucking around with for a decade and a half and wondering why they're not growing anything.
Right.
So embracing, always embrace the suck. Like there's going to be some things that you just have to go through a learning curve and figure out. And like you said, those are the things that often lead to the breakthrough.
Yeah. The coolest story, and by the way, fellow clients listening to this, please don't think that I don't think what you've done is great. I'm just sharing this one that really stood out. That was a big highlight. So there's a coach in our program, and his name's Jesse. And I'm going to say his last name for privacy reasons, but his name's Jesse. Anyway, I'm talking to him, and he has this big mindset block around showing his muscles, right? Because look, me and Mark make fun of these guys all the time. Like, look at my abs, look at my booty, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just get an OnlyFans page and save yourself the headache, and you can get a subscription base for that, right? You take pictures of your feet. We've had people on here where they make money doing that stuff. That's fantastic, right? But anyway, he had resistance towards that, which I get that, right? And he had resistance towards sharing his story, like we all do. Like, is my story worth sharing? And I don't really think it's that great. Who's going to care? And then the real fear is, what happens if nobody says and likes anything? Then I feel worthless. That's what's really going on. Well, anyway, I shared with him this exact thing we're talking about. Dude, the one thing you want to do least is the thing that will take you to the next level. I literally see the next day a picture of him with he has like a muscle tee on. He's not doing a full, look at my whole body. He's pretty jacked. And he has this tattoo that says unshakable on it. And he wrote the post that was really beautiful, where he was talking about the mindset and the spirituality component about why he got that tattoo. And it's a damn good picture of a pool that he has at his place. And he's got this tattoo in his triceps, and his arms are freaking huge. So that's going to catch your attention. But then he crafted in a story that shared his purpose. He got over 100 likes on that thing. And he was getting, I don't know, 5 or 10 before then.
Yeah.
And he sent me a message going, holy shit. I go, you're welcome. And I share that with you because there's so many times where that is that one thing. And there are people that need to hear your message and hear your story. And that's where we got to get out of our own way and realize it ain't about us. Like, me and Mark don't do this podcast for us. Like, we don't need to get on and take the time to record this and cut videos and distribute all this stuff. Me and Mark can sit on and shoot the shit whenever we want, which we do quite often. Right. But we started this because we realized that it's not about Mark. It's not about me. It's about whoever's on the other end that's listening to this, that we may happen to have the right words and the right combination that might unlock something for you. And that's why we do what we do. And I'd like to think, if you're listening to this, that's your job too. For the people that follow you, that you are an example for, that you're the person like Mark did today for this girl dude, you just changed her life, by the way. You said the right words in the right way, and it just unlocked a bunch of different levels for her. And that's what this shit's about.
Yeah. You know, I think it's easy. If you're a fitness professional, chances are you have a lot of friends on your social media that are also fitness professionals. You follow other fitness accounts. So what do you see all day? You see fitness shit from fitness people, right? So it's easy to because John and I deal with this as well, you know, with our Apex network and the messaging that we put out, the motivational stuff, the encouragement stuff, the memes. Like we see a lot of that in our feed all day long. So it's real easy to get in your head and go, well, nobody's going to listen to me. I'm not doing it for those people. Like we all know we're saying the same shit. I got it. All the fitness people are saying the same shit. I got it. We're doing it for the people who need the help. And if you don't think people are paying attention, I promise you they are. So a lot of times I see coaches hold themselves back, probably in the same case of like, you know, the dude with the jacked arms thinking, you know, I'm just another dude like that. And there's plenty of those out there, but there's a specific message that we all have. There's a unique story that we all have. And all we're trying to do is resonate with the right people. So when you're willing to put yourself out there, people will come. And the beauty of it is the right people will show up. And when those people turn into clients, they'll be the right clients. They'll be the people you really enjoy working with.
Mm-hmm.
And those people will also show up for you and be willing to do the work because
Mm-hmm.
you're their people. You know, our girl, Stephanie, our metalhead,
Yeah.
you know, she's a great example of someone who kind of the same realm, like she was a little bit timid to put herself out there, very unique, has a unique look, has a unique niche of people. She's a metalhead. She loves that group of people. And once she just embraced that and started throwing it out there and combining her love of metal and her love of fitness, her business skyrocketed. And it was just being authentic, just being who she is and not forcing it, but being willing to put it out there of who she wants to help and who she is. And it was awesome to watch.
Yeah, man. And I think that everyone in their own right, and part of this comes from your experience and leveling up to this point, is eventually you become what I call a fitness prophet. You know, you're there prophesizing fitness for a certain type of crowd of people. And you were designed to have those people resonate with your message for you to influence them. Just like there's going to be people that resonate with Mark more than me. There's going to be people that resonate with me more than Mark. Great part is we work together. So we balance each other out. But the whole point is you're not built to be everything to everyone. So stop trying to do that. Focus on being everything to someone. And then that's when you show up and you realize it's not about you. And then you start looking at, well, here's the thing I really don't want to do. Well, if you're focusing on yourself, then you'll find a reason not to do it. If you find a purpose that's bigger than yourself and it's for these other people, that's where you'll push yourself to go outside your comfort zone. And then that's where getting where your worth really comes in.
Yeah, you know, a couple of weeks ago, John and I were at our Apex Flying Friday meeting, and the theme of the day was your calling. And it was really powerful because we had a lot of people in the room, and these are high 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners, 8-figure, 9-figure businesses. I mean, these are, you know, some big players in the world. And it was interesting how many of them felt that their calling had nothing to do with their business.
Mm.
You know, guys that were like, man, I would love to monetize coaching. You know, I would love to go coach my daughter's soccer team. Like it had nothing to do with the thing that they do for a living. But I always find that fitness coaches, we are doing what we want to do. Like we enjoy the process. We enjoy making a difference in people's lives. So don't forget that in this whole thing of why are you doing this in the first place? You know, the question that we got asked was, you know, if money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Now, you know, most of us would do things differently, but may not do everything different. And the second question we were asked was, why do you feel that's your calling? And then the third question is, okay, well, how do you monetize it? And it was really a great thought-provoking exercise for people to go through. And again, as a fitness coach, if you feel that this is your calling, if you feel that, hey, I'm where I'm supposed to be, like I'm supposed to be in this industry, I'm supposed to help people lose weight and feel better and gain confidence and all the things that we do, then you have to be willing to let the world know it's what you do.
Right.
And hiding behind whatever, whether it's the computer or the four walls of your house or other people or another company or whatever, that doesn't change anything. So you have to embrace that calling and just be willing to be bold and know that, again, if that's really where you have been led, then success will show up if you're willing to go get it.
Where's a mic? Where do I drop it? Do I drop this? Drop your mic, right? And I think it's a great reminder too for the veterans, man, because it's easy to forget why you started. And I'm talking to you guys out there 5, 10, 15, 20 years deep in this business. And it's easy to forget and start looking at things as numbers and process and grind and blah and people and staff and all the things that come with it. If you're not clear on why you started and having those checkpoints, that's why core values are important. Wink, wink, elbow, elbow. Getting really clear on your mission. That's really what fuels the fire to keep going. So if you're just starting out, cool. You've got to put your kindling together and get that motivation to get started. But it's also something that you don't forget about. Because the people that forget about it are the people that end up going out of business eventually. Because it's like you're not doing the thing that got you started in the first place.
Yeah. And the consistency of everything, that's the other challenge I hear a lot of, what do I keep posting? What do I talk about? And feeling like you're bothering people. But again, it's your message is needed by someone out there somewhere. And if you operate with that mentality of, I'm going to wake up today, I'm going to go help people. And you may not know how that's going to facilitate today, but if that's in the forefront of your head of my daily activities include helping people and helping people with the skills that I've been blessed with, then you will find people to help.
Yeah.
It's when you sit around like, I don't have any leads and nobody called me. I did that shit. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience here. So, I'm not calling people out. I'm looking in the mirror and going, you remember that dumbass? Remember when you used to be, nobody knows about me? Well, that's your own.
Right. Well, it's like you said, man, like anytime I hit a sales rut, and I still do this, by the way, I will go focus, who can I help today? Because what that does is it puts you back in a place of giving and it puts you back in a place of receiving because you're giving, and it's going to build your confidence, worst case. And in best case, you're actually going to find yourself walking into a sales opportunity because you're out there just helping people, right? Now, eventually you'll build to the point where it's like you guys start saying no to how many people you help because you don't have time to, which that's a good problem to have. But if you're going through a rut, go help somebody, right? Go build some momentum, go build some goodwill. It could be something as a quick conversation with someone. It could be like, hey, I've got this resource. Let me send this to you. And here's the other crazy part. I have a belief that if you actually help people by helping them first, this weird thing happens where people pay you money. It's super strange how that works, but it's something that I don't know who started in the fitness industry, whoever the corporate devil is that created all the Globo gyms. I was like, oh, we can't do that. We got to sell first and then we do that. That's all scarcity mindset. You can't outgive whatever that thing is upstairs. Whether it's aliens, Yahweh, we got, what is it? Elon Musk is up there. No, Jeff Bezos is going up there now. So Jeff Bezos, you can go pray to him as he flies in outer space in his big dick rocket.
That thing is amazing.
You can't outgive it. That's the whole point. Whatever that thing is upstairs, and the more you give, the more you get.
By the way, if I can't even hate it. If I had $200 billion.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
sign me up.
Like a giant dick.
Dude, I'd ride in the balls. That's all. Like Jeff is in the tip. I'm in the balls just hanging out. Let's do this, man. I'm trying to see some cool shit.
I don't even hate it.
Exactly, man. I think it's awesome.
Oh, man. This is good. I hope you guys see. This is what happens when John and I just shoot the shit about things that we really love talking about and that we know well. And I think, everybody's got those things in life. And I think if you're with the right person in the right environment, we could do this for hours and it's awesome.
We should do an episode where I start drinking again and my wife gets pissed. That'd be fun. And then we do a drunk episode.
We'll totally film
that. Joe Rogan style,
Except drunk, not high.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, they drink on there too. When he has the conspiracy dudes, they always drink.
Oh my gosh, those guys are great. I love. By the way, conspiracy theories are like one of my guilty pleasures of life. Get this one. We're just going to veer off topic here. I saw one a couple weeks ago that was, and I never explored the rest of it, but remember the Challenger that blew up in 1985?
Uh-huh.
Had the teachers on it and stuff. I saw a conspiracy theory that no one was in the rocket.
What?
That like it, they went in and then somehow they got out, and then when it went up, it blew up, but that they're all still alive somewhere. And this picture had like people present day with a different name, but they're like, this person looks a lot like that person did. I'm like, what is this? What would even be the purpose of that? I have no idea, but now I'm interested.
Yeah. It was like the whole moon landing was fake, apparently. It was all staged and Photoshop or whatever the equivalent of Photoshop was back then.
It was in an airplane hangar in Arizona.
Yeah, yeah. That's the one. Rise.
Oh man. I hope you guys got some value out of this. If you're listening, a lot of this stuff, it definitely, it is relative to the fitness industry, but it absolutely applies to anyone who's in business, anyone running their own show, any entrepreneur. The lessons never change. I mean, they're all the same across the board. And that's something that I think John and I have seen over the years as we've gotten around other really successful business owners and entrepreneurs. We all got the same problems. We're all facing the same issues. We all need the same type of solutions. Like we said earlier, they may be unique to you and your business, but from the macro level, they're all still kind of the same. So, if you tune into this again, I hope you got some value out of this, and go leave a review so we know what you think. Go share it on the gram, tag us at Fit Pro Bros, follow us on the socials, join our Real Talk with Real Fit Pros Facebook group. And there's one more thing.
Oh,
there's one more thing.
I think I know what it is. If Jeff Bezos can ride a penis rocket into outer space, then I believe that you can go get what you're worth. Yeah. Damn good show. Damn good.